This story has been a bit slow to pique my interest, but now that we're here, it is quite good so far. I think also the fact that I'm not really as familiar with some of these names. Like, I've heard the name Galahad. I've seen a lot of people that, like, named themselves Galahad in various RPG video games and stuff.
Someone's bound to start trouble.
Oh, by the way, let me see if I can talk to this guy and tell him about how he's a dumbass for putting that thing on that axe. I guess I can't. Oh, I can buy some stuff here. This is kind of nice, restoring stamina after killing someone. Is that a two-hander? It's two-hand, yeah. That's two-hand too. I want some one-handers, brother. These are all two-handers. This is nice, but I mean, my war picks do more damage on a heavy swing if I swing both of them. Melee weapons receive a damage bonus equal to the percentage of your missing health. Oh, interesting. So if I'm at 20% health and make a hit, I get 80% more damage. That's kind of awesome. Maybe I will buy that. +1 attributes permanently. Really? I just get a free attribute point. It's consumable, it's expensive, but I mean, hell yeah, I want that, of course. Of course I want that. It's permanent. Permanent bonus? Hell yes. I mean, this seems really good. Then again, like, I don't really want to be at low health, but I frequently am missing some health, so, like, I don't know. You know, if I could get something that makes me, like, take less damage, which there is some stuff I can get where I take less damage the lower my health goes. Bloodied build from Fallout 76, anyone? I mean, it's 200 whatever, so I'll buy it for now. Just seems like a lot, like a lot of damage. But high risk, high reward, you know? If it's a 1-to-1 based on percentage missing, then that's potentially really strong.
If nothing happens soon, I'll start to myself.
Pardon me, boys. Is there still a weird thing over here? There is. Odd that they can go over there, but I cannot. Guess it must be of their making. That barrier. I didn't read that fully. The four dwellers can create things from weirdness, but I didn't read the whole thing.
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Feargas?
Yeah, he saw Seawall's tomb. Seems pretty shaken.
Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper. But he had to know the truth. I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Orns. Nicely done.
So, what now?
Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Orns with the good news. Not everybody will be happy about it, but that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the south. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them.
Okay, I guess we're going to spread the news. And I'm not sure what this means for the Horns. Is this going to mean war?
Today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horn to the south. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Seawolf Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Seawolf has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Seawolf's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honour an oath made to dishonourable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologise, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Horns of the South and the Dalriada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fight in the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favour of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before.
I feel better about my choices after all that. But still a bit wary. I don't know, like, what's this gonna mean? They say they just want independence, but they're not gonna, like, march on Camelot, are they? Guess we go find the captain and find out. Am I going the right way? I don't think I am. Because the captain's a bit further up. Oh, over here. Well, I've done everything you asked for. My turn.
An honest matter. What do you need?
Oh, I want to become a keeper. I think I'll pass on the whole keeper thing, but I'm here for Excalibur.
Ah, right. See, the problem with Excalibur, or indeed any of King Arthur's blades, is that you need to prove you're worthy of wielding it. How are you supposed to do that? Hell knows. But if the pin that secured your entry to the Horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave it to you might have been thinking.
What do you mean?
You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers.
I see. And what did this ritual involve?
None of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken, so first you'll need to find a way to fix it, and since it's made of weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble.
Just so happens I think I mined some weird iron or weird steel ore. You mentioned if I wake up?
Well, I'm not going to lie. From what I've heard, many people never woke up. They fell into eternal slumber, so that's why we abandoned the tradition. And those who woke up were changed, and none of them ever wanted to say exactly what happened there.
And if it doesn't work?
Then you'll have to find someone smarter than me, because I already told you everything I know.
If all those recruits were worthy, why did none of them try wielding Excalibur?
Well, of course they tried. It turns out that the keepers who passed the ritual could hold it longer than anyone else. Maybe it'll be enough for what you need, and maybe something entirely different will happen. It's your risk and your decision.
Okay.
Go, and may the southern wind be in your favour. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me.
3,000 experience. Holy crap, alright. Well, first we have to fix the gong, which means going and talking to the blacksmith. That's fine. Probably is going to want some weird steel or weird iron, whatever. Which we do have. So, what do you think about Brendan's deal with the Dalriada?
Riordan's back, and with the Dalriada, no less. Bold move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess.
There's an ancient gong in the sunken village. Can you fix it?
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
I really need to repair it, though, to become a keeper.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe.
Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it.
Okay, so I need a broken gong. And ethereal cobwebs, that's it? One broken gong and the cobwebs. Okay, so I already have what I need. Just need to bring him the gong. Presumably, I can get that by going over here and going to the village. Seems so. More undead here again. Maybe not. So over here, this thing is where I need to go. Should have put some fish out here, you know? To make it a bit more, I don't know, realistic that they're feeding themselves from the ocean. I didn't expect someone to be out here. Hello?
Oh, a wanderer in the sunken village. You must be lost. Back in the day, you just needed to look at the stars and you'd know where you were going. Now, even they are misplaced.
Haven't we met before? We were both prisoners at the asylum.
Island Asylum? I don't remember being there, not clearly. But when I look at your face, something stirs. Yes, I'm sure we've crossed paths before. And look at you now, out in the world, breathing the fresh air. That's something to treasure, my friend. Freedom is a gift, even when it feels heavy. Enjoy it.
The monsters here don't go after you?
Monsters? I think you misunderstand. I don't see any monsters here. Only lost villagers, still clinging to their home. It's sad, but as you can see, not much depends on us. The world just keeps on happening, and you happen along with it. They were given some time which they've tried to use as much as they could. That's all. I'm glad they allow me to stay here despite what happened. I like this place.
You're not scared of this place.
It's the cycle of life. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you're afraid, it means you're struggling with something too much, my friend. Sometimes you just need to sit and look. Watch everything turn.
Do you need anything?
I have everything I need. The entire world in one place.
Who are you again, exactly?
I guess I'm just an old man listening to the sound of the sea. Every wave carries a story, you know. Some are whispers, others are roars. I like to think they're keeping me company. Long ago, I decided to wait for something to happen. So I'm waiting.
For what?
For what's ahead of me. But I can feel that it's closer than ever. Everything that's around us, it's not yet the end. And that thought really bothers me.
Yeah, the whole weirdness coming and everything, so that's not the end? Can you tell me about the sunken village?
The sunken village was not always sunken. But one day, someone, undoubtedly important, made a decision, undoubtedly necessary, that it would be better to make it so. So the wave came and made the village into the sunken village. And its inhabitants, well, you can see for yourself.
You're saying somebody fled the village?
I know that some druids did it. Specific individuals, although their names have long been forgotten. This is no great mystery, my friend.
Why'd they do that?
You'd have to ask those responsible for the flood. Who knows what's going through people's heads? Maybe someone ordered them to do it. We'll never know.
And what happened to those druids?
That's a good question. Maybe they burnt during the Charred Conclave. Maybe not. Nevertheless, the punishment was delivered and justice prevailed. Once again, the world was made a better place. At least that's what those who set fire to the stakes preach. All in the name of the Word.
Right, I know the Red Priests are responsible for the massacre of the Druids, but let's ask more about it and see if he knows some more.
Among others, this wouldn't have happened if not for Camelot's desperation. Hey, many tragic decisions were made. I don't know if the word was so unambiguous or if its interpretation failed. What happened on the fields of the Charred Conclave wasn't just about the flood, my friend. It was about things and forces we don't understand.
When did the flood take place?
Long ago enough for people to have no chance of discovering why it happened. And yet, recently enough that this place still reminds us of it. Now the village is what it is, and the past has washed away. At least it can still be home for them. And I'll stay and look. These are interesting times indeed. Before you go, I would like to ask you one thing. Who are you?
Just myself.
I understand. I see you. I hear you. And I have a feeling that you will find what you're looking for. Farewell, and thank you for visiting me, my friend. You can come keep me company whenever you want. The sunsets here are beautiful.
Okay, nice enough old guy out here. Just doing some fishing, I think. There's the gong. Wasn't stealing. It probably is clearly his coin purse, but, you know, not stealing. So it's fine, I guess. I feel like this gong is going to summon a giant kraken out of the sea we're going to have to fight, some kind of giant boss. That'd be sweet if that's the case, but I guess we'll find out. I expected we'd have to go and gather some weird ore, like weird steel or weird iron ore, whatever it's called. Because I found some of that. It's a bit rare, but I did find some. But it seems that's not the case. We just get this and the cobwebs and we're good to go. I have what you asked for.
How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment. Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need to, if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
Anything I should know?
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work.
Okie dokie. Let's go do this, whatever it is. I guess we have to go to sleep first. Hit the gong, then go to sleep. Maybe we'll just see a vision or something. But it'd be really cool if we fought a big kraken. You know, that'd be kind of the better option, in my opinion. Let's scary and difficult, but better in my opinion. I don't know, seems like we're gonna be summoning something from the sea would be my guess. There's a thing over there too. Have I been over there? Almost looks like a shrine from this distance. I have not been over there before. Should I visit before I do this? Kind of want to see what's over there first. That's definitely a shrine. Make an offering, get 5% healing, 3% crit. Sure. We'll give them some hot goo. Got a bunch of experience for that, too. What else is over here? Definitely a bit of a path going up through here. Might just loop around to nothing, though. That almost looks like a structure over there. Somewhere we can get into. There's no bridge going across, though, or anything over here, so it'd be very difficult to get up there, but you probably could do it. Let me up. It's gonna be just a bunch of rocks, guys. I got a feeling. At least I got some agility, you know? Yeah, there's nothing here. Maybe along over here, but not here in particular. Buried treasure? Nope. There's another island over here and a beach. Oh, hey, we found a little cottage here. Oh, this is the back of that village, isn't it? Yeah. Never mind. So, not really much here after all. Does not seem like it. Well, at least we had a good look around, I suppose. Let's go back and attach that gong and see what the heck happens. I guess in the end we made the right decision. I just, I don't know, Captain Brendan, or Brandon, however you want to say his name, it just seemed a bit shifty and shady to me. But in the end, I am definitely for what he's doing, at least on a good character playthrough. Old guy's gone now, huh? Eternal Sea, interact. Alright, let's do it. Okay, that's cooler than I thought it was going to be, actually. It was a giant kraken and he ate me. But we're in a dream or something now? This is cool. Are we in the belly of the kraken? More of those gigantic statues, like we saw in previous visions. Whoop. Almost fell off there, it felt like. Just save just to be careful. Is this like the Sega? Oh, hello.
Who dares disturb my peace? You made an oath never to summon me again.
Sorry, my lord. I want to be deemed worthy to touch Excalibur.
Excalibur? Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
Arthur, you wanna help me out here? Do I know you?
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
Well, that was all ominous. I feel like Arthur is going to maybe not betray me, but it's gonna be bad, guys. I don't. Maybe he won't even want to, but I think bad things are gonna happen when he comes back into his full power again. I don't think it'll be a good thing. Just a gut feeling. Maybe I'll be wrong. We'll see. Let's go make a campfire first and talk to Arthur before we do everything else. So, was this gong already here in your time?
Perhaps. I cannot say for certain. My memory remains too clouded. It seems familiar. I do not feel my soul bound to it, but I know our path shall lead us here, one way or another. Something lingers beyond this gate, something ancient. That much I know. We'll find the truth soon enough.
You and the Lord of the Seas, you seemed close.
Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war. And this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces. And I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something.
Okay. We have 1 point each of attributes and skill tree. Might put more into one-handed, but I'm gonna hold on to the attribute point until I know what I need. Maybe practicality, so I can use the cloak properly. Let's see here. So this will reduce the stamina cost. Yeah, let's do the stamina cost one too. All the stamina cost and stamina refund stuff seems pretty good for one-handers. Alright, good enough for now. Let's go then. See if we can yank this sword out and see what happens when we do. Better get a save in, just in case.
Always good to have a little rest.
It's a fine evening for it, at least. Here goes. This does not look like a happy, nice sword. Oh god, it's draining my health pretty badly. Ooh, I barely pulled it out. Here we are again. What did that say? The Lord of the Seas granted me a blessing that should allow me to take the soul fragment from Excalibur. So we're in... Okay, so this is like... We're in a place that stores... So we got... Okay, so when we started off, we got one piece of the King's will. It was like the King's desire or something, or... whatever. Now we're getting a second piece of his soul.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command.
Okay, I guess we bind the soul to the stone.
I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
I mean, that sounds good. Oh boy.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments. They're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
King's power unlocked. You've gathered a new fragment of King Arthur's soul, unlocking its hidden potential. Open the menu to explore the King's soul skill tree or visit a bonfire to develop your abilities. Oh, interesting. Was there a sword through that before? I don't recall that. So this slaughterhouse, as they called it, I mean, Merlin was doing some bad stuff, clearly. I wonder if the wizard or the necromancer we saw in the beginning was Merlin. He's still alive? I mean, that's entirely plausible, given that Galahad was still alive, right? Makes total sense. I can't make a bonfire here, right? Oh, I can. I totally can. Okay. Yeah, we have King's Soul points now. Okay, so we have King's Soul and the Excalibur. When using King's Soul, time slows down around you. Oh, you know, there was that whole slow time ability thing that I haven't used like at all since the beginning. I kind of forgot about that. Like, they introduced that and I haven't used it at all. Killing enemies restores a portion of the King's Soul. So I have to choose one of these two. I can't do anything else. Finishers restore 400% more King's Soul. What does a finisher mean? Wow, your damage is increased by 50% for each enemy killed. Holy crap. And you take 50% less damage. Okay, this is definitely seems like the way to go here. Dealing damage has a small chance to create a weird essence, which can be collected to regenerate a portion of the King's Soul. Fully charge, automatically use it when you would receive lethal damage. You deflect all incoming projectiles. I mean, that's nice. So I choose one of these two, huh? I guess like this is the second one I unlocked. This is a slow time one. This is the other one. All right, so 50% more damage for each enemy killed sounds badass, honestly. Let's do that. Because the more damage we do, the faster we can kill stuff, and the more of this bonus we get. It seems like that could stack up really fast and be really good. So, what do you remember about Merlin?
Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tintagel wouldn't hold, not forever. That the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, at our very bones, until nothing human remained. But he still fought to map a way forward, to carve some sense into this land. And in the end, the land swallowed him whole anyway.
It did. Okay, so he is dead then, or at least according to Arthur. How'd he die?
We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth. Our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man, not something we ever had words for. A shadow, wearing 1,000 torn banners, moving like it had no shape of its own. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't recognize. And then he was gone. Not killed, not struck down, just gone. Like the land itself had taken him back.
Not gonna tell me the name of it, huh? Okay. That sounds like the cover, like the art that I've seen for this game. So that's gonna play some kind of role in this later on, I would say.
Now, I remember.
So you knew about what was going on.
Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor.
You really thought that experimenting on your own men was justified?
Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something.
You also agreed to lie to your people about your role in all this.
I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth about all this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that. And a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to.
So what did Merlin come up with to win the war?
I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them. Wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did.
Wait, what? Is the weirdness Merlin's fault?
He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped, the banners were raised, and the kingdom stood safe.
You also slaughtered all the Four Dwellers because they don't exist anymore. You literally committed genocide on their entire race. I mean, I realize that there was war going on, but that seems... I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't have surrendered no matter what, but... Does the victory erase the price you paid for it?
That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
We have more memories now? Another bonfire? So why leave Excalibur at the Horns of the South? I know this already, because we read the little plaque, but let's hear it from him.
It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. It was a symbol of what we stood for. Strength, justice, the will to carve a path forward. A weapon, yes, but also a promise. I wanted them to remember. To fight for those ideals, to uphold them, even when I was gone, even when there was no king left to lead them.
Curious to know why he's gone as well. Like, he was made immortal, right? So... what happened to him, you know?
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time?
Merlin and Arthur are talking about ancient experiments.
Merlin. Merlin and his obsession with the weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win.
You know more than you're letting on. Can you start making sense?
I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea. Immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster.
Did Arthur understand what was happening?
Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar, even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it.
You didn't end up like Seawall, though.
Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think?
Why didn't you fight back?
Fight back? Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done.
I'm not sure if I tell him this or not, because in the beta, he literally killed me. And then Arthur, like, resurrects me afterwards, to get rid of, to quote-unquote, get rid of Arthur. What do you mean clean up their mess?
The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos. All of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans, trying to uphold their ideals, fighting for what never was. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. And that's what I do.
I assume you still want something from me?
You've seen what they did, what he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this, once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you.
He's going to take me over, basically. I'm going to become Arthur. If this guy's seen it happen before, I think I kinda trust him. But we'll see. In either case, it's not a bad idea to go along with his plans for now. So if I'm going to fix this, I need to know where to start.
Start? You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The menhir there is failing. The weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest. A voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield. And then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
So did I actually get the sword? 'Cause the sword is still here. I don't see no Excalibur in here. Just saying. I was promised a sword, didn't get a sword. I guess it's just a figurative sword, not like a real sword. It is a rather big sword. Alright. Well, that was a lot of interesting lore there. So we're going to Kunoct next. Head to Kunoct and find the Shield of Palamedes. Anything left to clean up in this area first, though? I still have to perform a ritual at a site, which is up north, I think. I'm assuming we're going up north, right? We have a quest over here. Oh, that's the one I can't do. Is this the, oh, the herring and the cheese? Yeah, I don't really care about that one all that much. Repairing the deck, I don't care about that too much. Yes, here's our next quest, so I guess we'll go ahead and head up north then and start exploring up through there. And, do this weird ritual, and then head up to Kunoct, which will be like a whole new map probably. There's a bunch more to explore up here yet that I haven't done, but I've explored most of this map so far, done pretty much everything I think. So, okay, let's be on our way.